Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich. We've unified France. Look at us go. So we're going to be doing a lot of the support the British, return Spanish lands. What lands do we have of yours? Oh, Gibraltar? Absolutely not. Never. Support the British. You know what? I have a lot of political power. We can send them some political power. We can send them 100, or we can send them... You know what? Fuck it. Send them 100 political power. We gain almost 2 per day. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know what? Let's build a floating harbor as well, just for the fun of it. So I mean, we shouldn't be at war with anybody anymore. You're still a member of the Finalizing International. Did I not annex the commune of France? Was there like a province I forgot to annex? Wait a second. Okay. Totalist, and I mean they'll probably be syndicalist, totalist. No, they don't exist. It's just that I'm guessing that the Finalizing International forces France to be a member no matter what. That's fine. Not a big deal. So, I mean, is Austria going to get completely away with never actually getting involved in the Second Weltkrieg? I mean, that's fine, right? Because it doesn't, at this point, it doesn't affect us. Who ends up winning here. I'm just a little surprised. Also, Germany, why are you not releasing, like, Belgium? I don't really know, to be completely honest with you. Like I've said, like, there's just, for some reason, some countries don't, like, release territory. Like, the United States released everything. So I'm not really too sure why the Germans haven't. Allocate resources. Yes, do all of this, please, and thank you. Desyndicalization effort, relief effort. Allocation of resources to Paris. Do we get compliance gain or resistance decay? Well, I mean, well, what does it rest at right now? What's the resting point for the commune? I mean, it's rising. Okay, no, click off this. It rests at 30. I mean, 30 is not that bad. Resistance decay speed plus 15%. You know what? Go compliance. Because if we boost compliance, but I'm assuming we're probably getting like a free modifier. High compliance, 0.2%. I'm guessing that's just some little bonuses or something like that. I'm really not 100% too sure. Not integrated lands, just the entire thing. Return of the Prince. That's it. Go. The House of Girbaldi went to exile as invading communist militias closed in on the tiny principality of Monaco. Simple in their eyes of ultimate bourgeois degeneracy. Since then, the Prince Soldier, Louis II, has never lost his hope in restoring the independence of Monaco. Entirely lobbied the French government to include the restoration of principality in any future war aims. To prove the principled commitment to their longtime allies and protectors, the heir to the principality, Rainier, even followed the footsteps of his father and decided to join the French army in the later stages of the war and served with distinction. With Monaco freed from the grasp of the communards, their loyalty has been, of course, rewarded, and Louis II officially proclaimed the restoration of the independence of the principality from the balcony of the Prince's Palace in front of a cheering people, whatever the people from Monaco are called. Though part of the population had initially welcomed the annexation, it quickly became clear that without independence, gambling, or tourism, the former principality was little more than a backwater. If a pretty little town in opinion towards the communards quickly soured. A treaty was signed later in the day with French representatives, deepening the mutual commitment of the two states towards each other, already established by the 1918 Treaty of Protective Friendship, ensuring that the fate of France and Monaco would from now on forever be linked. Thank you. Time political power, never will say no to that. Relief efforts, that'll be done after the desyndicalism effort. I mean, do we even have any? Lingering communard influence. Okay, there's a little bit of an uptick. I don't think it's really going to be that big of a deal. The hidden ones. Persecuted, forbidden from publicly displaying what they held most dear, relentlessly mocked the faithful. Those who quietly resisted despite the open hostility of the communards are coming out of hiding. For years, open expression of the faith was forbidden. Bishops were run out of the country. Some churches were seized. Homilies were monitored. In the sillage of our victorious army, some dared to join our forces, open-air masses. Priests who had gone into hiding reclaimed their parishes, while some still skittish, perhaps fearing a red counteroffensive, only discreetly brought flowers to a few roadside shrines that had managed to escape the purged religious expression from public space. With the fratricide conflict coming to an end, the once silent bells rang all over the nation. Great processions were organized to purify towns and villages from the stain left by both atheistic anti-clericalism and the orgy of violence. Crosses were put back up, long lines formed at the confessional, pews filled up, pilgrimage sites teemed with life as survivors came to bring their thanks to whichever saint they prayed to for protection in a battle or as the bombs fell indiscriminately. Our Lady of the Merciless Medelle, of Lords of La Cetielle, Saint Therese, or Teresa, Saint Guinevere, Saint Jean d'Arc, and all of their new devotees. The communards had attempted to stamp out the opium of the people. Clearly, this is not as successful as they had hoped. Indeed, the blood of the martyrs is the seed of the church. A little bit more compliance, 2%. And what is compliance at right now? 32. That's Algeria. That's a different place. 14%. I mean, that's not so bad. Returning exiles. Free to repair plus 50%. Negative 1% recruit population. I already can't afford to recruit anybody. We're losing 0.09% right now. So we're going to lose almost about 2.4% total. Like, do we want to actually... You know, probably some of these units, like these... Some of these units are probably kind of ass. Like you guys here, who I've now switched over to being a little pitcher for artillery. You guys are not that good. So I'm gonna disband you. And is there really any chance that anybody else in Africa rises up against us? No, like at this point it's just not gonna happen. Yeah, so let's just get completely rid of the white army. We'll bring you all into the red army. And you know what? Just give me more planes, man. Planes are cool. So I want to change... We could go with the free trade, maybe. I don't know. It gives more factory outputs. And again, that's nice and all. But I don't think it's game-changing. Few more submarines, though. Submarines are cool. How's everybody else doing? I mean, again, Egypt should end up collapsing to the Ottoman Empire, which is nice. Because, again, an independent Egypt can declare war on us. And at this point, I don't see that happening. Just, I mean, how are the Ottomans going to lose at this point? It's just simply not going to happen. Also, are we still importing oil? We are. I don't think we need to anymore. Thanks, America, for the oil. But, we don't need it anymore. Are we still losing? For the Navy? What the hell is the Navy doing? Yeah, go dock. You don't need to be doing anything. Okay, Trials of the Commune. This is going to take us 35 more days. I'm not even too sure. Like, I'm thinking, like, when we get down here, are we even going to do the military tech? Oh, there's actually another little tree over here. The King's Made France. Stability minus 10%. Blame the Bush. 2% stability. Recognize the pay. Okay. I didn't actually realize there's a whole little slot over here. 100 political power, more stability. Okay, the military. Gamblin, Toigai, Bilot, Macno, Setros, Dislent. The name of the defendants echoes in the halls of the High Military Court, the Special Assembly, to pass judgment on the officers of the Commune. Many of them had served in the French armed forces, joined the mutineers out of conviction or self-interest. Others were foreigners who sought to serve the cause of the revolution. Okay. No, I mean, if we were playing hardball in the actual the Kingdom of France in Africa, we're gonna go all out. Mercy for traders, absolutely not. Like, if we completely stamped out all Republican influence in Algeria. What makes you think that for some reason we wouldn't completely stamp down on any like remnant of syndicalism in the country? It makes no sense. We're going all out, and by that I mean we're probably gonna get like a really shitty modifier. Decrease resistance. It just has decay speed, which I don't believe. Yeah, it just reduces resistance decay, which is not really like that good, right? Common art speed. No, I think we just want to do long-term compliance. Like, it just seems better in almost every single way. We can do relief effort, which could be more compliance. I would love more compliance. Because again, high compliance will also mean that resistance, the target number goes down. When do I actually core you? Does it tell? When compliance is more than 80 and resistance is less than 10. I mean that seems kind of steep, to be completely honest with you. The cadres. Proper trial. Nah, let's just throw everybody into the firing range. No trials for anybody. If you even lived in France prior to us coming over, then you were throwing your ass in jail. Question of Montemare. Paris, most beautiful city on earth, had been freed from the grasp of the communard. Under their rule, she had often been martyred, defaced by radical avant-garde architecture and urban planning. Many buildings have been damaged during the revolution, and now the war has brought more destruction. As such, plans for the restoration of the City of Lights to her pre-revolutionary beauty have already been hastily thrown together as we discover the damage for the first time. However, one question remains. What should be done with the Montemare? The hill, towering above Paris, has rich history. Starting point of the 1871 commune, later on a romantic village within the city, most importantly where an immense Neo-Byzantine basilica, the Sacré-Cœur, had been built. Funded by donations from all over France. Close to completion when the revolution broke out, the basilica was never consecrated in the site of the last holdout of loyalist forces. Damaged by the fighting, the building was gleefully torn down by the communards, saw it as a reactionary symbol, and it was built it to expedite the crimes of the original commune of Paris. Yeah, rebuild it twice as magnificent as it was before. Thank you. Relief effort, please. Again, just more compliance. Because this apparently needs to go all the way up to frickin', What do I want you to do? Normally I'm... we're still assisting the economy. I generally think any other choice there, it's just wrong. Like, anything else just doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, so the Qing are more defending government. They got the League of Southeast Provinces here. Not too sure we really care too much about what happens in the legation cities. Actually, no, you're in the Entente. Never mind. We very much do care about what happens in the legation cities. I don't think they're going to completely collapse. Okay, so 26 more days on all of you. And are you just a, Actually, I don't remember exactly what you did. Are you just like a plus 15% compliance? The leaders. For weeks now, those of high-profile communards have been on trial in front of the High Court of Justice. Assembled in the Palace of Justice in the capital. These men and women are all facing a litany of accusations, treason, sedition, conspiracy against France, corruption, enumerated by the prosecutor residing in the high halls. The numerous audience inside and outside the courthouse stay deadly silent. Buildings surrounded by military forces prevent any risk of a last-ditch effort to rescue these traitors. Their names sound familiar to our people keenly informed of these last few years of their numerous crimes against France, during and since the revolution. Pierre, Prévost, Thross, Jirac, Blum, Lavelle, Satier, and many, many others. They have been given ample time to prepare the defense, some doing so admirably, others going so far as to testifying against each other in hopes of reducing their sentence, or on the contrary, choosing to remain entirely silent. Most have been found guilty of the crimes they were accused of. What should their sentence be? Death is a expected sentence, but this would certainly create martyrs. On the other hand, a lighter sentence could seem to show weakness to our supporters, convincing our people that any of these Reds deserve mercy when they refuse to show any to anyone standing in their way, and their crazed revolution could prove difficult. Yeah, there we go. Just throw them all to the guillotine. We've lost like 15% stability since we took over, but that's okay. Who needs stability? Not me. Okay, we got to renew diplomacy, rebuild the north, rebuild the south, rebirth from the ruins. A little bit of stability there. That does require everything to be cored, which is asking a little bit much. Prepare for war against Germany. What do we? Can we do this anymore? It's not completed Franco-German cooperation. Breaking our agreement with Germany will cost us severely. I mean, does this get bypassed if we do have the treaty? It gets bypassed if Germany doesn't exist. You know what? Fair enough. At this point, however, I'm gonna say fairly confidently that I think Germany will be probably pretty okay. And also, what I'm going to do is that, again, for some reason, we're just gonna give this to Sweden. I don't know why Germany wasn't releasing its territory. They can control this part of Belgium. I'm not really too worried about that. And also, you guys should probably go back to Riga like this. If Germany doesn't want to release its territory properly, I'll do it for them. And then Sweden, I think, should form Sweden-Norway, if I'm not mistaken. Also, you got national populist? Everybody's national populist this time. Give me more support weapons. Follow it up with you. Okay, they have released. I call it the 7th. Look at that! Look at that flag, man! Holy hell! God damn! Okay, give me some more convoys, please. Fantastic. But I think with our control over France starting to kind of centralize, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode for today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up. Not enjoy, you can always thumb down. If you want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.